shoot. What's up, y'all? I just cut it short. I'm cutting it short because we started and then I reset it and had problems with music. So what's going on, y'all? Can we hear me? We're good. Get rid of that starter music. It sucked anyway. I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna use part of my 2-day weekend to change it. What's going on, everybody? How's it going? Stream is good. Thank you for the affirmation, Wes. I appreciate it. Talking audio is good. As songs kind of sucked anyway. We need to go back to the time before last. They were better. They were better songs back then. So good morning, everybody. Rune Access, Peter Fox, Night Owl, Wes, Lockpicking Patrolman, Ronald Williams, and Pocket Women. What is up? I hope everybody's doing well today. Happy Saturday morning live 21. I was supposed to bring my drink out, but I didn't. I didn't bring my drink out. It is Saturday morning live. Season 2 is now of drinking age again. Yes, I'm looking for something. I'm looking for. Thank you, Pete. Thank you. I appreciate that. I gotta do that, right? I'm gonna make sure my feed's good though. First, yes, let's do that. But you know what? Hold on, just a sec. Hold on just a second. This is a special moment. Thank you, Mr. Hooligan. We have LockForce Lite version 2. Section 2. Version 2. And the best thing about it. Hey Google, activate LockForce. God, I hope that worked. That's right. Even though I always request for you to smash that like button to help pay for the batteries, we now have the LockForce signal. And it is 15% bigger. About. I don't know exactly. I'm sure Mr. Hooligan can tell you. Thank you, Mr. Hooligan. As one last, well, not really last, because I'm still going to use it, as one last celebratory thank you for your years and years of service, in my mind anyway. Original LockForce Lite. I don't even know if it's in camera. Is it in camera? It is in camera. We're on. It's very interesting when they sync up. Check out that remote, yo, compared to version 1. Look at that. It's got more colors. It's got more colors in it. And it tells you a little bit better what you're supposed to do. But as always, we know number 2 is the problem here. It is. Okay, there it goes. Number 2, that's all I could really ever get it to work. And I wasn't crazy. The base doesn't work with the AC plug. So thank you, Mr. Hooligan, LockForce. I had previously said that you have to do something pretty epic to get that's not the audio, that was me. You have to do something pretty epic to even get 2. We are posthumously awarding extra points. So as of right now, the first person in history to get 5 points is Mr. Hooligan for his contribution to LockForce, because we have some other stuff that we're going to look at too. I got to get my drink going here. For a minute, they'll sync up too. Well, the version 1's a little bit faster, but I'm sure I could if I sat long enough, punch in buttons. Now, red, green, blue. I mean, this is obviously it. I don't know what the buttons do yet. I haven't gotten to that point. It was enough just getting the getting the thing. Oh yeah, and Pocket Women. If you didn't get she can get a point too for the suggestion to make it work through my Google. So you'll get a point. But 5 goes to Mr. Hooligan because we're going to look at a couple of other things once I move up there that he sent me that were pretty dang awesome. So yes. What am I going to spend my battery money on now? Shipping, because last week we didn't get a chance to do some stuff. Last week was just a blur to me. It's like I wasn't even. It's like I didn't even do a live. It was just like nonstop busy for some weird reason, and like I didn't even get to do the live. So we do have a extended version of Reading with Jason that we are going to get to because it is dead today. Absolutely, completely dead. Started yesterday. Pretty much here in the South, when Memorial Weekend starts, it starts Friday morning, regardless of 3-day weekend. It's Friday through. So we were dead yesterday, and we are even more dead today. And I got a foreign object in my coffee. Maybe a coffee thing. Let me get a little sip of this, and we'll get started. Hope everybody's doing well. I didn't finish saying hey to everybody, but yes, we're definitely gonna do that. We're gonna do a few giveaways, so I can give away some of that battery money. Pocket Women got a point for the suggestion to tie it in verbally. Thank you, Pocket Women, but thanks again, Hooligan. So we're going to get to that in a minute. We're going to go up there. We've got an unboxing that we have to do. I got one in late yesterday afternoon, and we didn't really need anything. I need it for Tuesday morning because starting Tuesday morning, and I might get phone calls today, and you might hear me say that we're booked up till Thursday. That is because we are fully booking into Thursday. I have a non-stop week starting at about 7:30 a.m. with a frozen OSA cylinder, like I mentioned on LPP's live just a few minutes ago. It's not turning, it's on a bathroom of a pool. It's an OSA cylinder, so it's got the super wide keyway in schools and community pools. I always find sticks. Customer said the key goes in, it just won't turn. Almost assuredly there's going to be a twig or a toothpick or maybe even a paper clip, but since there's like no metal around the pool, and it's more than likely a stick or some kind of little branch that somebody shoved in there. They always torment that. And I might add, it's always on the females' restrooms. Always on the females' restrooms. If you're a locksmith and you do any kind of work, say, we had a run one time of all the Walgreens. I don't care anymore because they pissed me off. But we had a run of putting in trilogies, on all their bathroom doors. Just like 5 or 6 years ago, at least in my area, because they were having so many problems with people going in and stealing stuff, obviously. And what was my point of this? Where was I going with that? Anyway, long story short, I'll think about it in a minute. We've got a few things to go over. Yeah, I missed last week too. I was just working. Super glue. Sell the secret box. What are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? Hold on, I gotta get caught up here. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm caught up. I messed with the women's side. Oh yeah, the women's side. It's always nasty. Nastier, way nastier than guys. You'd think guys were nasty, but and them women's bathrooms, they terrible. Thank you for reminding me of that. And always harder to deal with. What do you mean I have to wait 30 seconds for you to get out of the way? Ooh-wee. I wonder how my camera's doing up there. It's been overheating with the NDI. I'm enjoying being wireless. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Go over there and see what's going on if it's frozen. There is our t-shirt maker across the street. It's not frozen. In his Volkswagen ride. He's actually got a Chevy Astro too. He'll eventually one day be doing t-shirts. So yes, awesome. We're gonna keep both rolling today, but I'm probably gonna move the battery one into a different area of the shop. I've been trying to get this backdrop right. But I hope everybody's doing well. Does everybody have, I mean, most everybody probably has Monday off in the U.S. Y'all are talking about prescription meds now? Wow. I've gone way into that. Batteries. I'm going to scroll back up on the comments for just a sec. Double trouble with the lights. Yep. So, let's see. What did we have to do first? I want to do reading with Jason a little bit later. Not too late, but we can go up front probably here in just a minute. Because actually with reading, most of my content involves reading with Jason. Here's one I had to. Here's one of those fun ones I had to. What are you doing over there? One of those fun ones I had the other day. Just slap the lock in, and you never know what you're gonna get until you unscrew a door lock on that old house. That is, yes, that is a mortise lock prep. Antique style skeleton key. Doorknob that got removed, and the other latch is held in with 4-inch screws, which is not great to do because it like ramps over the screw area. So I ended up having to re-drill that to make my Schlage F-Series work. I actually put a Schlage standard B365 style deadbolt on it. But yeah, you get there thinking, oh, it's going to be a quick job, which I mean, it adds like 10 minutes because you got to get the thing out of your truck, go back to the truck, you got to huff a couple of times, and then go back to the truck, get your drill and stuff to rebore the hole. So, I mean, and then the cleanup, a little bit of cleanup. You can usually cup and get most of it, but I hate it when that happens. I hate it when that happens. And you see it far more, than you would think. About to take a day off to work on my second job, yeah. Okay, so yeah, like I said, this compared to last week, this is just slow and sad. One thing that we will do here in just a minute, because part of the giveaway, since it's wildly popular right now, if you remember, HKS sent us a box of stuff. It's going to be some of it's going to be part of that giveaway. Some of it being those U-change lock cylinders. So this may be quite boring for just a minute, but we're going to go up there, and you will have, everybody here on Saturday Morning Live 21 will have a chance to get themselves, yes, a wildly popular because of LPL, and then Lock Noob did his video. And I've mentioned that I've got videos of mine. I had a video that I've had shelved for the last year and a half. Nothing to do really with picking, other than to mention that's what we did as locksmiths when those were way more popular, like on malls and such, back in the day. And I actually have a full shelf of these somewhere that had keys, and I had probably 30-ish of those cylinders, and I can't find what I did with it. I don't know what I do with it. I remember taking them out of the shelf and putting them in a box, just bloop, 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 in a couple of boxes. There's probably 20 cylinders, and keeping one out to video, thinking that I would put it right back and then put it in a special place, but I've not located that box. However, HKS sent us a few cylinders with this thing, so that'll be part of the giveaway. In just a minute, we're going to go up front, take a look at a couple of things. U-change for those scary, and that's another thing. And LPL actually was talking about this on Twitter, not recently, actually back at the end of last year. He mentioned it on Twitter, which was when he was searching. He was asking people if they had the bypass. So I guess it took him that long to put the video together and get the bypass kit or whatever. Used the boxes. U-chain locks on Walmart and grocery stores. They were always on kind of like smaller stores here. Even Circuit Cities, places like that, they use U-chains. And almost always the reason why HKS sent them to me is the same reason that I have a box of 20 to 30 of them. We don't care about them. We snatch them off and replace them with something else, unless we're working directly for U-Change. In fact, if you will give me 1 second, I ran across this the other day. I'm back, in case you fell asleep. So this was the binder that U-Change sent out to the techs that had to deal with these stupid things. And yeah, I feel like I should be wearing my hat for this, right? What year was this? I found this and I think I was looking for the year on one of these invoices or something, order forms. But yeah, we used to get calls all the time because it's like electric switch installation, showing you how to put it on electric switches because they were used for those roll down gates. Why are you taking up 2 parking places? You going to the shoe shop? So yeah, we got rid of these things. We didn't care for them at all. What's this? There's the retail price list. The retail price list was $60 for a Mortise standard cam Mortise. So anyway, I do have a few extra keys. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have probably 2 giveaways in this upcoming next 5-10 minutes when I go up here. And we're going to put some of those in there. Even though I could probably, now's a really hot time to find that box and sell them on eBay, right? Yeah, take advantage of it. Recently seen in LPL's video. Own your own U-Change cylinder. Only $150. Just so that you'll, accuse me of price gouging as you buy it. You may want one for $150. Who did U-Change? So it sucked. I mean, the one thing I liked about them is they were so easy to pick. That was one thing I loved about it. Was they were easy to pick, and they actually we had more repair situations where U-Change would send the lock to the store and then call us. And back then, it was actually they'd call directly. I'm sure now, I don't know if they go through a national agency for there or whatever. I just recently found out that I lost an account due not necessarily anything I did, but I just lost an account to Instakey, who apparently handles a major chain, and unfortunately, I've been their quote neighborhood locksmith because they wanted to support local. However, it's out of their hands now because corporates decided to go with a service agency. Y'all have all heard this story, whoever's in your business. And unless I do work for that particular agency, which I don't quite know who it is, they mentioned Instakey, which Instakey is a lock manufacturer who wouldn't be scheduling. Does anybody know for 100%? Jeff, maybe Moss. I don't know if Moss is here, or HKS. Have you heard about Instakey directly doing stuff as far as like changing safe combos and switching out cores, but changing safe combos and doing like locking the cabinets in stores. I mean, I don't think it's directly. It's got to be through a national agency, and them just thinking InstaKey because they see it on their key and SE lock and key. What year model car? No, man, we don't do those. Thanks. All right, Night Owl, I'll get you one of my personal ones. You won't be part of the giveaway, so well, I'll add. I've actually got a box going for you, slowly but surely getting added. So I'll save one for you. I do want to find my box of them though. It's irritating. I know it's back there somewhere. Yeah. That's another thing. Especially when one corporation, let's put it this way: when one big corporation gets bought up by another mostest huger ever corporation. They have no say whatsoever. And it was great because ever since they started building that store, they came in here to get keys and had me come out, but yeah, InstaKey seems to work through licensed distributors. I have called InstaKey for 2 decades, I might add, and I don't know if I did something to piss them off, but I had heard through the grapevine back in the day that InstaKey never liked locksmith companies, and when I call and you identify yourself as a locksmith company, it's like, you know what, go screw yourself, and then hang up on you. I don't know if they're changing their stance on that or what, but previous to like 5 years ago, which was pretty much the last time I actually called them just to see, because I knew what the answer would be and I was affirmed in my answer. I don't know if they're being cooler now or what, but I can't see it because they have decades of experience telling locksmith companies to go F themselves. Say you're a lock distributor, I don't know. But after the rude past two centuries, what makes me want to deal with them anyway? My advice is to rip that crap off. But it's like I told them, I've had this happen, and then a couple of years later, guess where I'm back at? Because they can't get techs on time, the techs come from out of state, they have to wait 2 or 3 weeks to do things. They can't get back in touch if something happens. They can't get back in touch with the tech because the tech has gone off to the next state. What that is somebody that wants to travel around. They're looking for people who are willing to drive from state to state in a region and do these things for them. And they don't want to use local locksmiths for that. We tried dying to their systems, but it's like every time they called, they were just rude as hell. So whatevs. And let me see, what do we got to do? Yeah, we'll do rating with Jason in a minute. Let's go up front. I don't really necessarily know how that camera's doing, but let's check it out and see. Corporate stores, and hold on. Get the microphone up front. And we're going to do a check on that front mic too, so let's do that. Check. No, it's frozen. It just turned off. Let's see if it comes back on. I don't know. Should be back on. I gotta turn the comments around up here and see. see if it's back live. Yeah, it looks back live. Yay, it's back. What's up, ADD? I am trying to set up here to check. Oh, no. There we go. Check it out. Check it out. Look at that. Look how big it is. No, seriously. Let's move the mic over here. Pretty awesome. That is gonna get stuck somewhere. Look at that. And what's best is yeah, Twitter was deceiving. I didn't put a scale reference in there, so it was pretty deceiving. As far as how big it was. So yeah, it's pretty nice size. So, we are going to be assigning these to the longest LockForce members out there. You know who you are. So, if you're one of the 18 here, I don't know. I think there's like 20 here. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, I think there's 20. Pretty sure there's 20. I counted them twice, but I kept miscounting. So those will be shipped out to our true LockForce members. One of a kind. One of 20. One of whatever, however many there are. Put those in a flashlight and send up a LockForce symbol. Oh my gosh, that's a good idea. I don't know if I have a light that. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea, Nathan. I can probably do something with that. That's a good idea. Thank you for that idea. Also sent me some personal things. Not that kind of personal things, but check it out. Check it out. Check it out. We can choose a winner. We can choose a winner with real dice. I guess they're real dice. They say they're real dice. I don't know if they're regulation or just counterfeit. I don't know. That's what we can do. That's what we can use those to choose the winner of today's. Some cool little tokens and stuff like that. Pretty awesome. Also, we have these things. I've been terrible with my videoing lately. I guess it's because it's been so busy this week. But yeah, these. Hold up. This will be in a today giveaway too. Somebody's gonna get that one today. Maybe the other person can have that one. I just don't trust them. And then maybe, I don't know. We'll think about it. Also, since there might be international, we may have to limit these to smaller boxes. But maybe we can do 2 or 3. We're gonna go over here and see the cylinders that I can get in one. Of course, with international, if an international person wins it, it would have to be limited to 4 pounds. So that kind of limits what else could go in a giveaway. But I know that's what everybody's waiting for. Yeah, I want to give away. Danger tools. I hate danger tools. You can definitely have my danger tool. So let's swing over here. Hey, camera's still rolling. That's good to know. And thank you again for the buttons to send out to the loyal Lock Force members. We have to, hold on. I don't want to, that would be horrible to drop the microphone. That would be very sad. I would be without a mic. You know, I'm so irritated about Best Buy not being open. And I know that sounds like a Karen thing. Everybody's like, okay, Karen. But like all the other stores, right? All the other stores in around my Best Buy are open, and there's people going in, and they've never even, during the whole thing, they've not even tried to like limit people. And our Best Buy is still doing this door policy. I mean, I get it. They're trying to be safe, right? You know, I get that. But they're so inefficient. They're so inefficient with their freaking, whatchamacallit, line. Their drive-through. It's like if you're going to use your drive-through setup or whatever, then get it straighten it out. You've had plenty of time to straighten it out. But you know, you can't take you can't go buy something with your pocket money, if you get my drift. It's not. I like to go in and buy stuff with my pocket money. The nickels that I scrounge off the ground, and you can't do that with online ordering. You got to pay with a credit card. What if I don't want to pay with a credit card? Let me in the door so I can buy a little $12 plug that I might or might not need, right? Maybe. Might need it, might not need it. We're going to immediately transfer all these. Hold on, let me set this down. We're going to immediately transfer all the mailbox locks over. Yeah, you have to put up with the unboxing. I didn't put my graphic in there, but yeah, you got to put up with the unboxing before you get a chance to do the giveaway. Aha! My rules. Hold on. Ah, dang it. I don't even bother to rotate these anymore. Yep. Okay. I dropped one. Kim does all the QC on those things. We have latches. You know what? I'm going to be mad though if these came. You never know. Less latch. Okay, so they didn't come with the latch. I don't know what size latch I'm going to be using for these guys. Look at that. Storeroom function bright brass. Yeah, that's definitely a special order. Yeah. Hold on. Hold on. We got 2 3/8 too. So yeah, I had to buy both, which actually I needed it because I do have another. I have one of these in the truck that is 2 3/8, 2 3/4, 2 3/8. I have one in the truck that is an entrance function lever handle, but storing function is in bright brass finish. It's pretty odd. Oh my goodness, keys. Keys! He told me he was out of Sergeant. Oh, that's my Aussie keys. That's my Aussie keys. He told me he was out of LA's, but it looks like we got some. And these are the Everest original. Do y'all like the, I still don't use the jet version of these. I thought about it, but you know, I do original Sergeant only, so I don't think I'm gonna, even though those blanks are getting really expensive, like $2 each through Acme anyway. And that was it. Okay, let's go. Let's put you back in here. put you, we can keep the bags out for the unboxing, or not for the unboxing, but for the giveaway. So this needs to go up front, along with other stuff that needs to go in the truck. And, uh-oh, low battery. Warning, Jason. Glad I noticed that. We won't have, let me put this up here for a second. We won't have a new sub camera, which is, in other words, is a new phone, for until the fall, unfortunately. So I gotta watch the battery on that. Jet keys are good. Yeah, I thought about it. Night Owl always sticks set in the box, yeah. It ends up, I mean, you might need it for one thing or another. But 2 3/8 lever handle grade 2 is going to be pretty, that puts the rosette, you know, with those big rosettes, it puts it really close to the edge of the door. Let's see. Let me think about how I want to do this. Let's do the cylinders first, y'all. Go ahead right now. Give away one. Post in the comments. Put I'm in. I'm in. I''M. I-N. I'm in. I'm in. And it is on. It's on Wes and Night Owl to watch that now. So if you are in, post you're in. This is for some cylinders. Stuff that I've taken off doors, some of his see, I wrote in there HKS. There's another one. Nope, not that one. HKS. Okay, so he sent one key with 1, 2, 4 cylinders, and I can fix that. The one thing I've never told anybody though about that, one thing I've never let on, because that was kind of part of my video, but you're gonna hear it here first. Ow, shit. You're gonna hear it here first. Never mentioned it. Never did the video on it. One day I will, maybe. Is you can make your own copies of U-Change key. What? You can to a degree. You can to a degree. I'm gonna do a random number generator thing on that one here in just a sec. I gotta go back around up front. But we're gonna talk about this real quick. Check quit working. We got a big old list in. Okay, that's good. That gives y'all something to do. it gives Wes something to do as he's pulling his hair out. But yes, check this out. So here's my U-Change video, shelved for a freaking year. One of my keys, which, by the way, I might add, HKS's cylinder, same keyway. They only had like, I think 2 or 3 keyways. My cylinder. What? Please be aware, this is secret locksmith only information. Key blank not modified at all. Well, sideways, I should say. It's modified on the shoulder and the bottom, obviously, because that's what it looks like before you copy it. So I may still one day do a video on that. I've been trying to avoid the lawsuit, but it'd be worth it. So it works to a degree. So what I'm going to do here is I actually have several sets of keys. several of those. Factory, and see, this is another thing. Factory, look at that. You change factory keys. You change, where'd the other one go? Oh, that's two different ones right there. And then there's a common example of a user key. So what I'll do here, since I have a set of 4, I believe this was, even though it is not, let's see something here. 4, 4. Yeah, just as my own part of this, I'll go ahead and throw one of my valuable keys in, my valuable original keys. So I'm going to reset because HKS, I'm going to send you one of 2 people are going to win this. This is the first giveaway. We hadn't drawn for it yet, but I'm going to go ahead and reset HKS's to my key, so you'll have it. You're going to have to come up with all this rest of this on your own. I'm not sending a U-change tool because I don't have, but really it's just a piece of wire with a point on it. And the biggest thing about this was the employees at these stores would either not push this all the way in and then pull the key out, which totally froze the cylinder up, or do something. When they were pulling the key out, they would pull it out and it would drop that last pin incorrectly. So it was always important to freehand, hold on, let me set this down, to hold it like that. And it was always important to lubricate it too when we were called out to service these stupid things. Are you gonna come out? There. Which I have not lubricated them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset, since I'm sending his key out and I've still got 2 of his cylinders, probably going to reset it to some of those other ones. So put the new key in and pull the doodad out, and now it's reset. So that has a key, that has a key, and I do have to remember to reset his other 2. Let me go do that just so I don't forget, because if I throw these in the box, and Kim is very efficient, she will mail them off, and I won't have a key to reset it. Of course, I could always pick it. They're right here. What am I doing? What am I doing, Jason? They're right here. And I am going to go back over to the computer because we've got to do the random number generator deal. But in the meantime, let me go ahead and reset these real quick, just so I will have a key to them. Let's see, which one was his? That was mine. His was bent, so somebody's going to be getting a slightly bent key. Take care with it. Alright. Come on out. Maybe why it's so hard getting out. Go in. Out like that. Pull that out. And just for future use, I'm going to go ahead and do both of these. And this would be the one I'm sending today, so yep, we gotta reset this. This is why it was a good idea to lubricate them. Uh-oh. Oh, there it goes. Always a good idea to lube it if you're gonna be working on it. Oh, I love getting just plain rekey calls for these too. It's like, can you, we'll send the keys out to them. Can you go literally do what I just did for 3 doors? Because the manager of the store is too stupid to do it themselves. Alright, so that hooks us up for one day in the future. And we'll go ahead. He's actually got a, he's got a nice with an S on it. With an S. What the heck does the S mean? You change 1, C codes, 17, 13, 19, and these were B codes. Yeah. Yep. So, box, giveaway box. I did not. Oh yeah, here we go. We gotta start weighing them. And we did have a bunch of cylinders from last week. These are just standard Schlage cylinders. So I'm gonna put these in maybe this box. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we are going to do, before the chat goes too far, we've got to run over here. So far we've got that. We're probably going to do, actually, I don't know yet, but probably 2 of those. But if we may take one away, simply because there may be other cool stuff in my other boxes. But let's go before that chat runs out. I'm sure Wes copy pasted it, but let's run a random number generator real quick to make sure we get a winner for that one that we're doing right now. Right, and let's see. No chat problems. We got 34 total, 1 and 34. Actually, technically, yeah. I mean, this round will be 1 and 34. Double S logo stands for security. So, oh, I remember that company name. Alright, 42 popped up on his generator, so we have, let me go pull up a random number generator place real quick. What's that, random.org? Yep. And my little face thing kind of concealed that, didn't it? We gotta watch out for that. Let's go to web. And there we go. Let's see what that looks like. And the last time I noticed it concealed the no, it didn't conceal the results. All right. So 1 through 42, we have 42, 35. Wait a minute, we have 34. We gotta verify something real quick. Okay, 35 was Night Owl's final answer. Night Owl, final answer in 35. Okay, can y'all hear me okay? I'm away from the microphone. Alright, let's go. We're good on 34. Should be 34. Okay, 34 it is. Let us go. Oh wait, we're supposed to be rolling dice. We can roll dice, can't we? Had a double count. We can. 34. What is that? 6 times 4. No, we can't because there's not enough dice to do it. We'll just have to do the random number generator because we don't have enough dice. So here we go. Here we go with 34. Minimum 1, 2, 34. All right. That's right. Here we go. And last call, 6 plus 6. Yeah, but I've only got 4 dice here. And then I'll have to roll it again. But let's just do this. 1 through 34. Here we go. Congrats to whoever wins this. And it is number 23. Number 23 wins the government giveaway. Congratulations, number 23. Oh, I need to switch the camera down. Congratulations, number 23. We want all the winner. All of it. Pocket Women. Yay, look at that. She won. Yay, congrats, Pocket Women. Congrats, Pocket Women. You were, what do I call her? Yeah, 9. Yeah, you've gotten stickers before, so we have your address. Yep, we got that. Pretty sure you did. Yes, I think you did. Congrats. So let's finish. But offhand, you're overseas. We have a 4-pound limit. Are we limited here? I can't remember. I think you might be. Let me get the microphone over here. That'll also kind of determine what I put in here because I do have some other stuff that I've been building up. Also got several boxes. Several boxes of locks here that go into this. Oh, did she just win another one giveaway? Wow. So what do? Yes, that's what I thought. Okay, so that's overseas. So it's going to be a yeah. That's what I thought. I knew that. I was just double verifying. So we're going to have to be a little bit careful with this one because we got a 4-pound limit, and I've got stuff that I've shown in other videos. I mean, we got quick set stuff here. We do have a ball one. That's a nice one. I'm going to probably throw in keys. I might take one of these away. We can throw in. We definitely can't throw in. We definitely can't throw in pocket knives. But this was to be part of it already. No picky choosy. Whatever I had already. Master lock, tough under a knife. Dang it. Yeah, hold on. I already had an idea what was going in here, so you definitely are. You were definitely supposed to be getting one of these, but again, with this weight limit, I kind of got to decide the best way to do that. Oh, those are aluminum body. Well, I don't know. Is that? What are these? They're actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pin too. Huh. Neat little suckers. But that's good. They're light. Oh wait, you don't get both keys. You get one of them. This must be like a little bitty lotto lock or something. I think my knife's too dull to actually cut me. One cool thing that I was going to put in there, especially this is good since she's overseas. Sergeant, removable core. Yeah, you can have fun with that. Have fun with that one. And of course, probably do a Schleg. A lot of the stuff that I have is gonna be, you know, Schleg or quickset based. And I don't know what your collection is like. But I do have a bunch of stuff in here. See, yeah, you can see probably that thing. That'd be a good silly representation of U.S. nonsense. I see we're already up to like 2 1/4 pounds, so that makes it extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. And I actually have a whole big old thing of it here. Here is a good one. This is a piece of Americana history, if you can clean it up. And check that out. This is one of the adjustable cylinders. This is actually pretty nice, and it has a key. This is a representation of the 50s to 60s era Americana with a removable, so that's good. That's going to go away from the U.S. to be enjoyed by somebody who is probably not messing around with it. And this is about a Ford wafer. I don't know how many wafers are in there. I know this was a like a focus cylinder. I think it's full of wafers, honestly. But something was going on with it. I think the cap comes out by itself in a certain position. So yeah, right there. Where are we at? See, we're getting up to 3 pounds there. And likely, just to move this along, I'm going to throw in a couple of surprises just so the winners, and I'm going to do this for both of them, just so the winners will be surprised as well. but assuredly I still have a pound to go because it's right at 3 pounds there. So what we're going to have to do is be very careful with what we pack it with. So that's not all, but that will be on the way to you at some point. Now let's go ahead and start in on giveaway number 2, because guess what we have to get to? Jason Reeds. I'd much rather have Jason Reeds than a silly giveaway. Y'all ready for giveaway number 2? Are you? I want to see somebody say, yeah, Jason, we're ready for the second winner to pop up. Obviously, Pocket Women, you are now disqualified. Anthony, you jumped the gun. You jumped the gun. I didn't say to say I'm in. Stop jumping the gun. This time, say, no, Jason, I don't want that. A little bit of reverse psychology right there. No, Jason, I don't want that. No, Jason, I don't want that. Which will be this. And how about a wider cylinder? How about a quick set? How about a this was also featured on the OPL's channel. It's a little mailbox lock. It's kind of like. How about a stupid cylinder? Ah, that's right. You can have a stupid cylinder. There's a Schlage with a copy of the key. Sorry about that, but hey, you get what you get, right? Yeah, you get what you get. Another Schlage. Probably without that. This is just dead weight, honestly. We have something cool over here. What do we have? We have something cool over here, do we? Yeah. Also your problem, no tailpiece, no cam, little beat up face, but it's a Sargent something. Looks like an LA. Nice cylinder right there, buddy. That's like a $50 cylinder nowadays. If in new condition, of course. If in new condition. Oh, also, where'd that other padlock go? You get this other fine example of a master padlock. So hopefully 2 overseas winners will not win, because then we'll definitely be broke for the shipping month. But it doesn't matter, because y'all hit that like button. And because y'all hit that like button and are subscribed to our channel, we're able to do this. So make sure and hit that like button if you have not done so, to help pay for shipping to all these people that are going to be winning. And we're just going to do a random number generator again. There's an antique Schlage. I've actually got 2 Schlages already going up here. So likely I'm not going to put any more Schlages in there. But once again, I will top this off. What do we have? What else do we have in here? We have a GMS angled head sticky alley flashlight. Obviously this cannot go overseas, and obviously I'll have to take the batteries out probably. So if an overseas person wins this round, that'll have to be taken out. Probably can't get that overseas. And here we go, 2 Sparrows lock pin and tray mat doodad things. That's that. That's courtesy of HKS as well. And oh, hold on. We have an issue, y'all. We have an issue. I have to fix it. Congratulations, whoever wins this gets their very own danger tool. What else do we have? We're at 3 pounds there too. That'll kind of match, right? 3 pounds for 3 pounds. So y'all do not know what is going to be. Oh shit! Y'all do not know what is going to be in the. I bought this specifically for that reason, by the way. Neither winner will know what is going to be in the last pound, but you can be assured that I'll try to hook you up. I'll try my best to hook you up. Anyway, that is it with Jason Gives Away Stuff. Now are we going to go? We are going to go over to Jason Reed's. Y'all ready for Jason Reed's? I know I am. I know I'm getting thirsty, so let's go back over there. We'll let y'all peek out the window, see how boring it is in Fondren today. That's right, it's boring in Fondren. Y'all didn't get a chance to look up here, did you? I've discovered the range of my limits here. I can't do this except for the door. So I'm still kind of tethered. But, oh shoot, dang it. The temperature failed. Temperature failed. Hold up, let's turn that camera off. It's gonna have to cool down. We had a temperature freeze, so we were gonna ignore that camera. How about that? Yeah. Silly camera froze. That wireless transmission is very hard on the cameras, y'all. Very hard on the camera. I can imagine it toasting. I can imagine it being toasting the internal part of it if it's allowed to keep doing that. Let's get back to the regular cam. And get reset up over here. Okay, there we go. That was awkward to deal with. Sorry about that. But I hope everybody's ready for an edition of Jason Reed's. And we gotta choose that winner, don't we? We do. Let's get the camera back up there. Try that one more time. I know what happened. I know exactly what happened. But where we were going was, look at the incredibly boring Fondren. Yeah. It's incredibly boring. Incredibly boring out today. So much boring. In fact, I'm gonna go to home early. Go into home early for sure. Let's random number generate a winner. Do we have a count on this one? I wonder if it's more or less. I don't know. Let's see. We'll see. There we go. Here we go. Where are we? Chat. We got 28 entries this time. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. It's only 12:07. We actually may have a light one today too. I read out your name just fine, Mr. Forbes. Dead there. It dies at the door. I know the camera. It's like when it goes outside. You know, it kind of feels like me when you're going outside. It's hot as hell in Mississippi right now. We're getting hot out there. It's kind of like me. And you walk outside and it just poof, hits you in the face. What's in the brick building across the street? The little building is a private dining room overflow for the restaurant. Why are there several police outside? What have y'all been doing? What's going on? Did I miss something? We just went outside and now there's like 4 cops passing by. Weird. 5 people couldn't type it. Well, Jason Reed's has agoraphobia. Yeah, Jackson. Okay, so what we have, we come at 28 entries. That is what Night Owl mentioned, 28. So we've got 1 in 28 chance for you to win that little Duma Flotchy thingy, whatever that last box was. So let's go again, once again, to the web and to random. Web and random. Okay, good luck, everybody. I'm going through the comments to see. No, you don't get Lock Force points for winning a giveaway, Goofy. Goofy. All right. I think I got all kind of. What did we say? 28? Was it 28? I think Night Owl said. Yeah, 28 total. So we're going to type in 28. 1 in 28. Good luck, everybody. And this time we go. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready to generate? Number 15. Congrats to number 15 for winning that whatever the hell you just won. Whatever the hell you just won. Whatever you just won. Good job. Congrats. Brian Ed. Brian Ed. Did I see a Brian Ed? I don't see a Brian Ed. Brian Edmiston. Yay, congrats, Brian. Congrats to you for winning whatever the hell that was. Now it is time for Jason Reads. That is right. That is the time of day when Jason sits back and decides to read things from yesteryear. Jason is getting hippie hair, so it's kind of fitting. My hat doesn't quite fit, but it's close enough. Close enough. Close enough. Y'all are waiting to see those things sync up, aren't you? I gotta put my reading spectacles on. We all win when Jason reads. Yes, that's right. Congrats again, Brian. Yes, congrats. I safely, you don't have to worry about the gut tool. I do have to warn Kim since she packages that up. I do have to warn her about that thing. She knows about it. But I don't know if she knows the proper precautions. Don't know if she knows the proper precautions. I gotta get settled in. Alrighty, y'all. Let's turn that off. We don't need that on right now. So, in today's edition of Jason Reads, first off, we have the mail guy coming. SE lock and key. We are booked up until Thursday afternoon, unfortunately. I had a muted microphone. In no particular order, y'all. Dang it. Dang it, Jason. Why did you... Hold up. Somebody may have been calling to tell me that I was muted, but I figured it out.
Hey,
what's up?
Get you with your hat on.
I know, right? Like that. Thank you. Oh, just set them up.
Okay.
There.
You have a good holiday.
All righty, have a good one.
You too, man.
Oh, dang it! We got a whole unboxing stack of stuff up here. Did we finally get face mask? Wait, this took precedent, y'all. It's either rubber gloves or face mask. We have I have no idea what this is, but it's obviously Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day powder. What an odd thing to get at the locksmith shop, right? And we got 3 bottles of it. Three identical bottles of Mrs. Meyer's clean powder surface scrub. That stinks too. That was not what I was expecting. I thought that was going to be rubber gloves. What's this? What's this? Okay, we got something else here. Mask. Believe it or not, we've been waiting on these for a month from this company. We actually canceled the order. Oh, no. These are the ones we just ordered. Yay, we got us some mask. Hip, hooray. All right. Got us some masks. Got a whopping 20 of them. And we're going to put these up here. What else did we get? We got a bunch of crap in today. Oh, I know what this is. My knife is so dull, y'all. It's a plastic bag full of plastic bags full of plastic bags. That's right. That's a lot of plastic bags. What else do we get? Oh, something else. Everything decided to come in today, y'all. It's a foam bag full of plastic bags. Full of more plastic bags. Plastic bags. Hip hip hooray. And a check, looks like. Hey! Alright, Jason Reed, y'all. Plastic bags. Where was our Jason Reed's? Oh, here it is. Okay, in no particular order today, we have kind of a mix of stuff from last week and this week. So I'm gonna kick back here. Yeah, the camera's so far away right now though. Hold on. We gotta zoom in even more. Yeah, zoom in like that. Yeah, I gotta get me. You gotta get me like that. There we go. Okay, everybody hear me okay? Everybody hear me okay? Settle back with Jason. Settle back with Jason. We're gonna have a Jason Reed's episode. Make sure the microphone's on. There we go. Here we go, y'all. We are going to start with one of the smaller books. Back then, I think we can show that. That's just an ad. Back then, the books were smaller. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna check out. Like, I have these flagged right from. We've missed Jason Reed's for the past couple of weeks, and I've got these flagged from back then. So honestly, I don't know when I flagged them at the time. It was because I wanted to highlight that particular topic. So this small book is an exception. It's a 1989. And it's going to kind of lead me into some of the other ones that we have over here. So, bagging up your brass shavings. You got it. You nailed it, man. That's what it's for. Stream is good. Thank you. Okay. First thing I have flagged. Now, let me preface this. With, again, I forgot what I flagged these for. So, in 1989, this kind of has nothing to do with anything else. So, 1989. 1988. And don't forget, we're going to vault backwards, and then we're going to go forwards, because we do have a little bit to go over. Purchasing power. This is purchasing power. Several weeks ago, now remember in 1988, there was no real email, there was no photographs, no smartphones. You know that. You know that. Y'all all know. You should know that anyway. It was a whole different world back then. Several weeks ago, a locksmith from the West Coast called me requesting a source for inexpensive knob locks. He had a customer who wanted to purchase locks by the case and did not know whom to contact. And this is like a note, like asterisk. Okay, that's one. The next one. I have received several copies of an advertisement from a get-rich-quick magazine showing lock-picking guns priced at $99. These people were appalled. That's right, they were appalled to see locksmith tools sold by mail order. Now, that brings me up to a point, separate from this. As I peruse these old magazines, as I've done for decades here in the shop, and bored, whatever, I read through these old articles. There is a definite trend from the early 80s to the early 90s, in fact, and all up into the mid 90s. And in fact, when I got into it, there were still the problem with the two big things from the 80s to the 90s, as we'll see. Lockpicking tools sold to the general public, and police opening cars. That's pretty much what all of this Jason reads is about. Okay, going back to this. The third thing that was presumably sent in to the magazine. 2 different locksmiths have sent in advertisements from military magazines showing an elementary lockpick set selling for $40. So that was the 3 things. 3 things people are bitching about. It was like Twitter. You know, it was like Twitter in the 80s. Except you just had to use a stamp. So, the response. Little can be done to stop fast buck salespeople from peddling anything. Pick guns and lockpicks should not be in the hands of the public. Without knowledge, however, few people will be able to use these picks successfully. The only person you can positively protect is yourself. If you order something through mail order or phone solicitation, do y'all remember my video about Mr. Phone Humor Guy from the 90s, I think it was? Yeah, phone solicitation was big back then. Who do you go to in case there's a problem? What is the quality of the products you're ordering? How long will it take to receive the merchandise? Texaco once had a motto that stated, "Trust your car to the man who wears the star." A parallel motto for locksmiths might be, "Trust your business to the men who know their business." Men, did you notice that? Men. That is not politically correct nowadays at all. Find a locksmith distributor who stocks those products your business normally needs. Develop a firm business relationship with that distributor. Rely on him to stock good, dependable products. Your distributor wants you to help you just as much as he can. Let the buyer beware. Good deals rarely turn out to be a good deal. Fly-by-nights usually fly by night. So that kind of leads us into the whole spiel that we have going on here about about that, right? So we're gonna grab a stack here. Woo, we have a stack, boy, don't we? Wait, I'm gonna check the comments, see how y'all feel about that. Y'all see the general direction of this? General direction of this, huh? Okay, here we go, y'all. We're gonna vault back now. We're gonna go even further back. We're gonna go even further back, and we actually have pictures too. We have pictures. So let me get comfortable again, and let's get into some more of Jason Reed's. This time with pictures. Here in a few issues. Just a few pages for each one. We're vaulting all the way back to August of 1980. I believe I had this flagged for last week. I was wanting to talk about classes. Did anybody, HKS, you mentioned that you were going to do that class on Andy Phelps on Tuesday. I didn't see your name, but I'm still a little bit confused how Zoom works. Anyway, I got to use my camera finally on Zoom for the first time ever. So this may be related to that, because this was supposed to be read last week and we missed it. Yeah, it is. Locksmith education, why must there be standards? At best, locksmithing is an imprecise craft. Wait. At best, locksmithing is an imprecise craft. Do y'all want to know why this person said that? I do. If there are two ways to do a job, the locksmith will find them. If there are two words to describe the same thing, the locksmith will use them. It has been this way for a long, long time. I believe the cloak and dagger attitude that many locksmiths had in the old days being before 1980, has to do a lot with the confusion that exists today. Nobody would communicate, so one guy would call something A, and another guy would call it B. How do we educate the newcomer? How do we educate the newcomer to locksmithing in 1980? As he learns, will he call it a master pen or a wafer? Nope. He will call it a tumbler. That's for you, Jeff. When he services auto locks, will he pull the lock or will he disassemble the steering column? Nope. He will use a lishy. I think you can begin to see why standards of education must be set and lived up to. For those of you who have been confused by all this talk of certification, this is what it's all about. To prove a person reaches a level of proficiency, he must perform certain tasks or answer certain questions. The whole point of certified education is to determine the level of proficiency and to define the terms and actions needed to reach that level. In other words, certification will set rules and standards to reach in order to guarantee that each new locksmith is at least as good as the next. By reaching these levels, we assure the public that the day of the Schlockmeister locksmith will soon be over. That's right, we are going to put an end to the Schlockmeister locksmiths. If you were out there, just be aware that they were gunning for you in 1980. The tough part about establishing certified education classes is getting locksmiths with different opinions to agree on a standard for each area of teaching. Blah, 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 blah. That's pretty much it. Bitching about certification. There's a lot of bitching about stuff in these magazines, y'all. I gotta tell you, there's a lot of, and that's the greatest thing about it. That's the greatest thing about it. There's a lot of bitching about it. Well, you would just publish that. We're gonna see an example vaulting into the mid 1980s. We're gonna see an example of that one. How did I mark this? Oh. There we go. Dear Mr. Dude that I'm writing the article into. You okay in comments? Everybody okay? You think Chinsky wrote those magazines? Okay. Alright, we were still in 1980. Remember, people had to mail in, write it down. I'm trying to locate a source for Stuart Mosler Type C key blanks in order to replace 2 existing keys for our jail facility. Enclosed is a copy of a letter from Folger Adam Company of Joliet, Illinois, who supplied the originals. We have checked with area locksmiths, and they know of no source for this key blank. I would appreciate any information you can give me with regards to locating a source of this key blank. Signed, so-and-so, jail administrator. The answer. New keys are made by taking an impression of an old key in a bar of soap from the prison shower. It doesn't men's or women's shower. It doesn't make any difference. Although the women's soap is said to be softer. Anyway, get an old spoon or fork from the kitchen and make it look like the impression in the soap. It helps when you're making the new key. If an old cell without a window is used, since this will help your concentration. I read that correctly. If the new key is not thick enough, use 2 forks or a spoon and a fork. Seriously, do any readers have any experience with the locks in question? Alternatively, the entire key will have to be fabricated, and possibly seeing the key, some guidance will be given. So yes, I wonder if Mr. Jail Administrator got his keys. Here we go. Here's a little funny. I worked out the combination for a Master Combo 27341, a V651, and sent it to the ledger some time ago. So, never saw it printed. Jeez. Took the time to send the crap in and you're not going to print it? I said something I shouldn't have. Whoops. If I wrote to Master Lock, would they be likely to supply a code number? And the answer, I doubt very much Master will release any of those codes. Vaulting up to 1983. This tickles me more than it tickles y'all. Come on. We're gonna get into the realm of when they were getting real nasty. We got some nasty comments coming up here in a minute. Why can't I get to this page? It's right there. It is. Okay, this is a really, really long article, so I'm going to kind of condense it. Again, 1983. This is an article called "Burglary is My Business." Burglary is my business. That's right. I'm going to send in this article to this stupid ass magazine because burglary is my business, buddy, and I know what I'm talking about. So either you bitches are going to listen to me or you're not. But I just want to tell you what I do as a burglar. And I'm sure it's a fake name. In fact, he says in the very beginning, I'm using a pen name in this story. I'm not proud of my past. And that's one reason I'm using a pen name in this story. Blah, 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 blah. Literally pages of information here. But he goes on to say how, he says, casing a business takes a bit of ingenuity. But I always act like I belong in the area. Have we heard that before? I spent so much time watching one firm that the other employees actually thought I worked there. Eventually, I learned to make key impressions, and I began carrying little bars and balls of soft wax. Through some ex-prison contacts, I found an unscrupulous key maker who would make any key imaginable for the right price. I learned quite a bit by watching him. See, that's what happens when you let people watch you work. And he let me try my hand at the craft on occasion. I became an adept keysmith and even took a correspondence course in key making. I bet we all know what correspondence course he took. Locksmithing and safe cracking. I thought my keysmith friend would be mad, but he simply said, "Don't worry, friend. With people like you around, I will always have customers." Many times one burglary will lead to another. A friend and I decided to hit an executive's home one night. We went there. We knew he had a lot of cash. We drove up in a truck. Long story short, remember my friend, the key maker, and my little balls of wax? I'm going to reword that. Remember my friend, the key maker, and my little balls? I can't count the number of times I have walked into an office and walked out a second later, literally a second, 1 second later, with a perfect key impression because somebody left their keys laying on a desk. That's right. And he goes on to brag about how he had several parking lot attendants on his payroll who would furnish him the keys to make impressions on. So yes, that's right. They would gladly accept tips and stories from the bad guys. The bad guys were out there, y'all. And they wrote articles for magazines. Hamburglar. Look, I have a magazine in here that does not have stretching up to 85. Here's where we get into the whole people not being happy about locksmith tools being sold. About lockpicks mainly. We're getting into that. This is kind of the era. This is kind of the time when there was a whole... No, this is the picture one. Here we go, y'all. Picture time. Picture time, picture time, picture time. Alrighty. Attached is a life-size sketch. Now remember, this was what... Where are we? We are in 1985. Late October 1985. Attached is a life-size sketch of an old lock I dug up along the Georgia-South Carolina border. It's rusted beyond hope. So really the only reason I flagged this is to show you what you had to do to send in a picture. There's some skill. There's some skill in these send-ins, y'all. There's some skill in this. He did a pretty good job. We gotta go back over here. Go back over here. Yeah, that's some skill drawing that. So, but what was funny is right after that, literally on the same page. Now, of course, you know this is edited and stuff, as any magazine would. Get back there. But what was funny? Okay, so the whole point of this is this is the life-size sketch that he sent in. Now watch this. Same page. Same page. I'm gonna take that off. Enclosed is a sketch of a master padlock. Okay, so this sketch compared to that sketch, and that sketch. I can only presume. Because that's an awesome sketch. I mean, that's awesome. I can only presume that the sketch that this gentleman sent in of this, y'all know what this is. What, 175? I can only assume that his sketch was so bad that this magazine just pulled an image that they had of it. So, one of those is not a sketch. So, but this is the interesting bit. In case you were ever curious, does anybody know when these started in production? This is the curious bit, right there. Apparently, those started in production in 1983, y'all. So now you know. Now you know a little tidbit of history. In case anybody says, when were these invented, or when did these go into production? I'm sure they were invented a couple of years before. That lock style was invented in about 1983. So there you go. You learned something today. You learned something today. Now we're going to get into the bitching. We're going to get into some complaining, I think. Pretty sure we are. Let's see, what do we have? What do we have? Nope, skip that. Nope, skip that. Not worth it. That was it. That was this topic I was going to talk about last week, about forcing cylinders out of doors. Because I did pull some info off Reddit, too. We're going to look at a video that was posted on Reddit recently. Alright, let's go to the end. Skipping ahead to 87. Summer of 87. Summer of 87. Here we go. Just a few notes, but many locksmiths have been calling for the restriction of our tools. Too many times we have seen pick sets and car opening tools available by mail order to the general public. Now remember, going back, that was, what was that, 1983? When we're in 1987. We have spoken about this many times, including last month, and you have written us plenty of times on the same subject. Finally, someone has taken an important step to solve this problem. You know who, Aloha, has sponsored a bill, HR 2777, so 2777. I'm interested in that. I hadn't researched that to see whatever happened. In the United States Congress, if passed, this bill will become a federal law. So this is when this all started, as to the whole lockpicks in the mail thing. Prohibiting the mail ordering of lockpicks. The act is known as the Mail Order Lockpick Prohibition Act of 1987. Mail Order Lockpick Prohibition Act of 1987 was the name of the bill. Here are some of the quotes from the bill. Any locksmithing device is non-mailable mail. Wait, what? Any locksmithing device is non-mailable mail, shall not be carried or delivered by mail. Laws are so stupid. And shall be disposed of as the post office directs. Yeah, they do that today. Unless the device is mailed to a lock manufacturer or distributor, a bona fide locksmith, or a motor vehicle manufacturer or dealer. Included in the description of the prohibited tools is this one: a device or tool designed for unauthorized opening of a lock, similar security device. I believe this would therefore prohibit car opening tools, lock picks, and impressioning tools. If this becomes new law, a fine up to 10 grand and up to 10 years of prison could be punishment for mailing out picks and locksmith tools to the public. Interestingly enough, the rules for copying post office keys, I might add, is 10 years, 10 grand. Just point that out from my memory. Okay. This is a great step to protecting our public and our profession. I want to congratulate this organization for getting this bill before. I should be talking like this. This is like Karen right here. This is one form of prohibition that we can live with. I have only one question. The bill states that tools can be sent to a bona fide locksmith. What is a bona fide locksmith? And then they go on to say, well, to be a bona fide locksmith, join our organization. Okay, I'm going to take a little break. We do have just a little bit more before we skip on out of here. Have a little bit more. Oh, yep, only 2 or 3 more left, y'all. Hope we're having a good time with Jason Reeds today. I've missed it. This past couple of weeks. Let me take a break and let's see some comments here. Let's see what's going on, y'all. What's going on? I've missed all the comments because I've been reading. Oh, Ninja Stars. I had some Ninja Stars. I had a fold-out one. Yeah, Mississippi is one of the more restrictive states. But in reality, it's not really that. There's so many other issues that's like, unless you get caught in the middle of the night sneaking around a neighborhood. You know, if you're just driving around with them in your car or whatever, it's not really that big of a deal. To a degree, depending on where you're at, depending on the population of town. Here in Jackson, that's like the last thing on their mind. They'd probably call me or another locksmith that they knew and be like, hey, I just caught a dude with some things. Can you identify these? Are these illegal or these are not illegal? We don't know. They're more worried about, here in Jackson, they're more worried about people getting shot in the street and stuff like that. So, oh no. Fred, I hope you're okay. Get out of there. Get out of there. You need us to send a helicopter in and break you out. Let's go break out Fred, y'all. Join together and break Fred out of the hospital. God, dang it. Can't even get a blowgun. Also, can't see one gave away a multi-pick bell. Oh, I missed that. Okay, let's finish this off, y'all. Get finished off. We do have one long story, so I want to go ahead and kind of speed this up. We're still in 1987. Yay, 1987. Okay. And here we go, 1987. As you know from the letters to the editor, this is another, I guess, is this another Karen? As you know from our letters to the editor, HR 2777, banning mail order of picks, has caused at least a small controversy. Just a little one. First, a number of you wrote in asking why UPS delivery of locksmith tools was not covered. If you read the text of the bill carefully, the portion marked Section 3 penalties does cover this question. It states that the bill covers U.S. mail and other delivery services. This would presumably include UPS. However, both locksmiths and distributors to whom I've spoken have raised another question. That is related to the question of just who is a bona fide locksmith, as we let off last time. Somebody has written in saying they cited a dictionary on bona fide. He goes on to say the bill becomes law when a case comes before a judge. The judge would look at the legislative history of the bill to decide what Congress meant by that. So, long story short, back in the mid 80s, y'all, man, we were some kind of pissed about the mail. Literally, there's letters and letters, copies of letters, complaining about HR 77 or talking about HR 77. Just to name a few titles in the letters. Loopholes exposed in the HR bill. Loopholes. Restricting mail order through UPS suggested. Subscriber replies to HR 2777. Commentary. So, everybody was really, really upset about this, y'all. This was a big thing in the 80s. Big thing. Also a big thing during this time was the Beretta. GM Beretta. GM Beretta introduced us to a whole new world of unlocking cars. I'm not reading, I'm just talking. There is some notes in here. You see page after page of how to open the new Beretta. Tool to open the new Beretta. This new company has tools to help you open the new Berettas. Under the window tools, like literally is the easiest way to do it. The Chevy Beretta was a very unique car. It was built different than all the other cars, and it also had a horrible ignition system. Horrible. Okay, let's skip that for 1 minute. Let's skip that. Okay, hold on. Let's skip that for 1 minute too. That's the long story. We're gonna finish off with a funny story. Well, funny to me. Okay, that's also a funny story. What I wanted to point out though was yeah, we're gonna vault forward real quick. I can't find the exact resource at this time, but I did find the two stories. But we're gonna vault forward real quick. Remember I mentioned in the 80s, if you didn't have a code, there was no computer, there was no codes online, there was no internet. So if somebody wanted a code, they would mail in, lick their stamp, stick it in an envelope, send it into the locksmith ledger. In fact, some of them would send a self-addressed, SASE, self-addressed stamped envelope, hoping that they would send them a reply back pretty quick. And see you, Southpaw. Have a good one. But what I found funny is if we vault forward to May 2020, May of 2020, we have a code question, in May of 2020. Question: I had a customer bring me an ignition switch for an older Honda Shadow motorcycle. I bring this up because it kind of relates to people mailing in. Now, of course, I'm sure this was emailed. I would hope. I'm just gonna imagine this guy licked and stuck and put a self-addressed stamped envelope. We can hope, right? The code clearly stamped on it reads ISIC25. Codes Express doesn't have a match. And I tried other code programs with no luck. Would you have any suggestion as to where to look for the cuts? God, this guy, I know he probably sent in a self-addressed stamped envelope. And if anybody, what is the first thing you do if you can't figure out a code, especially with an automotive thing? There's this thing that's online, since you are obviously online and have Codes Express or whatever the case is. Let me give you a little hint, and this is what the reply was: is that's what Ilko makes automotive and motorcycle cross reference for. He could have answered this himself if he would have had his important book. If he's going to be working on motorcycles, you need to have a motorcycle cross reference, and you flip open, and it quite clearly tells you the codes are C, A, B, C, whatever through whatever it happens to be. And at that point, he probably could have figured out without sending in a typewritten message to ask about that, and he would have known that it's C25 and just drop all the other numbers. And that kind of was just kind of funny to me. It was just kind of funny. Now we're going to vault back to where were we? We got time for like one more story here. I'm gonna make it the funnier of the two, maybe. Let's see. Okay, that's there because of that. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we'll read this one. Jason. All right, we doing okay? We're almost done. We're good. Looking for a code to a 37 Ford pickup. You're not going to find a code. You're going to need to impression that one. That's an impression situation, or take it out and take it apart. No codes. No codes are going to be on the Ford that old. Most likely. I do. I put sticky notes on the pages. See? I'm way ahead of you. Otherwise, I'd never find anything. I wish I could read all day long, but I'm going to try to leave early today and get home. But I do have a video that I got to make before I leave. I'm so tired. So tired of making videos. Let me get a sip of drink. Okay. This is a good one. And this leads me into that other topic. Are police your biggest competition for auto openings? Now remember what I said, this was 1980, we vaulted into 1989. However, this was a common theme in letters to the editors from the mid-80s. And like I said, all the way up into when I was unlocking cars, there were companies, or still to this day, police and fire department and all that will come out and open and unlock your cars in certain jurisdictions. But this is a story of how one gentleman solved. Oh wait. Here's how I solved 15 years of frustration. And it should work in every city. So he begins it with talking about his history and how he used a Slim Jim and vent tools to unlock cars. He's opened 3,440 autos at that time. And he was talking about policemen rocking a car 2 or 3 inches because they were having a rough time with their Slim Jim. One day I will have myself, but we'll have a Slim Jim video. Okay. Hope you're excited about that. And myself, when I was in heavy auto, I have had run-ins. The police officer and I, who ended up being sergeant, can't stand each other now to this day because of a situation just like this. When I told him to go screw himself, and he wasn't supposed to be doing that, and he was a little short. So, the cop is going to be the usually real little guy and wanted to be a badass because a locksmith called him out on something. That's what happens. I've pulled up on many calls only to see an officer or two trying his or her darndest to take away my living. His darndest to take away my living. Twice, I've seen 3 squad cars of officers trying to get a car open. Guess what kind? That's right, Chevrolet Berettas. They simply don't give up. 6 months ago, I pulled up to a call in a shopping center parking lot. There was an infant in the passenger seat. He was asleep, strapped in an infant car seat, snug as a bug, in a road, in a car. The car was not running. The temperature was 70 degrees. It was a no life or death situation. As I arrived, one of the policemen had his baton pulled. Later, the customer said they had been discussing which window to break. It was a new Honda, 1989 new, and the driver's door was disconnected. When will this useless and costly damage to the public stop? That's what he wants to know. That's what we all want to know in the mid-'80s, is when these police are going to stop this terror on the community by unlocking car doors. Sorry if I got a little loud. Sorry about that. My method of entry was to pick the passenger's door. I purposely wanted to stay out of the door since the police had tried all 4 doors. That's what they do. That's what they do. It was open in a minute, and I turned with a smile to leave. And the lady said, "How much?" I replied, "Probably 50 to 80 bucks at the dealer, but we can do it for less." She froze in her tracks. I quickly explained that the opening was free. Calm down, lady, calm down. I was talking about repairing the driver's door and that a copy of the bill should be sent to the police department. He was referring 50 to 80 to fix the problem the police caused, with the policeman standing right there. Now, I might add, I'm not a fan of unlocking kids in cars for free because they don't learn their fucking lesson. They should be charged double, in my opinion. If you lock your kid or dog in the car, honestly, I hope they get a scammer who charges them triple, because it shouldn't be in there. Anyway, enough of that tangent. Calm down, Frank. Calm down. As he was talking to the customer about the repair, he was immediately set on by the patrolman, who said, "We don't damage cars when we open them." For those of you who know me, I was really trying to let this pass. Woosah. But when the patrolman said, "You can't prove that," well, I lost it. See these eyes? I just lost it. I tossed my picks into my service van, slammed the door. I turned and asked the lady at the door if the door had worked before today. She said yes. I motioned to her driver's door and showed her the torn weather stripping. Remember? The Slim Jim. I don't have one, but which is usually done by inexperienced people. I asked the lady how many people worked on her door. She pointed to the patrolman. He turned red. I asked him if he had any training to open cars. Now this is the scene. You know. We're getting into a situation. This is a situation. He said no before he could think, and then he slid into his patrol car and left. I had really lost my patience with our local boys in blue. I had called frequently and written over a dozen letters. He's written over a dozen letters trying to explain that newer vehicles require special training to open, and that the patrolman doesn't have the skills within his profession to safely serve the public and should let properly trained locksmiths handle newer cars. I made a phone call to headquarters. Headquarters, I've got a customer here that your guys just screwed up her car. Headquarters. This is the sergeant. What? Our guys didn't do that. Yeah. Your policeman did that. I gave my usual speech to the sergeant and he said that he would do his best to tell his men that new cars should be left alone. The Beretta. Only our boys in blue wouldn't let me. 2 hours later, I received a call to unlock a new Tornado. That's right. One of those. Look at that. Reading with Jason with pictures. You're not going to believe this, but the car was parked directly in front of the police station. Directly in front. It was the closest a car could get to the front door. I walked up to the driver's side, wedged the door. Bad. Don't do the driver's side. Wedged the door, and there was a rod straight down. It has a movable pawl, and my forked tool bound and moved forward. I removed it and the wedge and started for the van to ride up a slope. In a meek voice, the customer asked, "You give up too?" My knees were weak as I cleared my throat and turned around. I had never heard that statement before. The customer explained that during the period of an hour, 8 policemen had tried to open the vehicle. They had taken shifts, a new record for this PD. I wish they had taken shifts when my wife's $1,000 mobile phone was ripped out of the dash of her car a month ago. Again, for those of you who do not know me, literally everybody here, I am calm, cool, and collected. I don't fly off the handle. I don't kick my Doberman. Okay, I'm smarter than that. I'm glad you don't kick your Doberman. But before I could answer, he held up his hand and asked, "Would this help me make a key?" Wait, I thought okay, yeah, this is the guy in that car, that Tornado. "Would this help make a key?" It was a passenger side door's key cylinder. The customer explained, it fell out of the door when the car was rocking while the policeman was trying to unlock the car with a long screwdriver. Folks, folks, I lost it. Suave and debonair were replaced with blood in my eyes. Get crazy eyes. I got crazy eyes. I suddenly recalled what building I was in front of. Slowly I turned, inch by inch, step by step. I went up the stairs to the police department, I guess. My hand reached for the door. They were going to hear from me. That's right. This is the straw that broke my back. Somewhere inside of me, a voice said, No. Don't do it. Just don't do it. I added that. I started breathing hard. I saw my career flash before my eyes. I started breathing in short, quick bursts. Was I committing suicide or having a baby? My Lamaze breathing with my wife was kicking in. I was looking for a focal point when I snapped to. Just like something that snaps to. I returned calmly to the customer. He moosed. And then turned around and went to the customer, collected my money. As I explained to him that the door was open. It took me like 5 seconds, bro. Needless to say, he didn't pay me until he tried the door. As his mouth dropped open, what? In astonishment, he handed me the check, still trying to figure out just when I had opened it. When did you do that, man? When did you? I didn't even see it. It's like magic. I returned to my van, my mind racing with thoughts, and I started to pull out. I can't believe what I did next. The customer appeared in front of my van, boom, like a genie, and I hit the brakes. He walked to my door and he asked, How did you open my door? Remember, my mind is racing with all kinds of thoughts at this moment. I mean, I was crazy. I was just a welter of emotions at that moment. I said, it's a secret. That's right. That's right. It's a secret I'm never going to tell you. He said, no, really, how did you open the door? I repeated, it's a secret. He said in a louder voice, what secret? I couldn't resist saying, Houdini has a kid, you know. He gaped as I pulled away. I cannot begin to explain the look on his face. At the end of the block, I looked back at him in the mirror, and he was still standing in the street with his mouth wide open. To make a long story short, I returned to the police station 2 hours later with samples of door cylinders. I sat and patiently explained how they're gonna mess up cars if they keep screwing around outside of their job scope. Get your ass back to work. Find criminals. Don't go around unlocking cars because, by damn it, in 1980, we're sick of your nonsense. And that, my friends, it started raining outside. And that, my friends, is what's been going on in 1980s. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Jason Reads. I'm glad that I was able to find a little bit of time to get to it this week. And I hope that we've learned several important things. And that being to just it will be okay. Everything will be alright if you just take a moment to woosah. I hope you enjoyed Jason Reads this week. I don't think our camera is working. Probably not. Just gonna turn on. No, it went dead. Completely dead. Yay, good job, Jason. I was going to use it here. Yep. Gotta zoom back out. I gotta zoom the camera back out. In the meantime, maybe we can get the other one working again. Anyway, so that's what's been going on. Literally, the 1980s were heavily involved with bitching. Just bitching. Bitching. Anyway, that was fun. I got a little stressed for him. Did y'all feel Did y'all have some stress issues with him too? Oh, they synced up. I just saw it. A little stressful. A little stressful. Y'all have a great weekend. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. We are gonna wrap it up. It's 1:10 and we made it through. Thank you for joining in, everybody. We are going to next week be involved with identifying at least 18 people who are going to be receiving one of our donated by Mr. Hooligan clear Lock Force plaque deal things. You are definitely going to get that. And then we're also going to pack up the two winners, Brian and Pocket Women. They're going to get their stuff. Even if you weren't one of the very originators or the original members of Lock Force, I appreciate you joining in. And if you haven't gotten your sticker yet, go to the website, get you a sticker. We do still have a few of those left. Hopefully one day we'll get in touch. My graphic design guy is not emailing me that. He must not want to put legs on the Lock Force dude. But once again, thanks, Mr. Hogan. Congrats on getting history's first 5 points. And I hope everybody has a great weekend. Like I said, it just started raining outside. Did my camera come up? I don't think. No, my camera's not going to come up. It's just the one thing about not being plugged in is it doesn't charge, right? I'm going to go back over the comments real quick. We're going to go ahead and tune out. The one thing I did not do is, oh man, I should have done this. Let's go ahead and take this out of here. Should have done that. Let everybody say bye to everybody. I meant to change over there, so we'll do just a few minutes of that while everybody fades away. Watch this. We're going to go ahead and do this. Oh, now the camera comes back on. Hey, Google, deactivate Lock Force.
Okay, turning Lock Force off.
We've come a long way from the 80s, huh? Long way from the 80s, y'all. Congrats to the two winners today. Thanks for everybody who is. Make sure to smash that like button. I appreciate it. I'm going to go back over the comments. If you got stickers, Brian, we have your address. Yeah, if you're on the super secret list, then you're good. You're good. I know, Nathan. It's awesome, isn't it? I love it. It's fabulous. Technology is so wonderful. I'm so happy that the words activate and deactivate work. At first, I thought it was just going to be turn on, but luckily, I was able to make it work. I think Wes is part of this whole thing, too. He's the original one there. But, yeah, that was funny. Yeah, you got a point for it, Pocket Woman. Ian, as always, thanks for tuning in. RAS Illusion. Oh, look, RAS. You changed your tag. You changed your name, Ras. City Lock. Thanks for joining in today. I appreciate it. I thought it was way too humiliating. Mask up if you go up. Yeah, I got masks now. Hopefully I'll get rubber gloves soon. We've been waiting on those for a minute. Google is controlling Lock Force now. No, that's crazy. That's crazy. Lock Force disinfect. There's no telling where we're gonna go with this from here. We're gonna have the I'm gonna try that flashlight deal too. I just found my good flashlight, so we're actually gonna I can actually try that now. I'm gonna like make a cone with the head of my flashlight. Give it a try. Awesome gloves from Zorro. Kim ordered some on Amazon because we didn't get one box, but yeah. It's so screwy. Any of that stuff is crazy. But I hope everybody has a great. Does the thing come on? Hope everybody has a great. Let you peek outside 1 minute. Is it on? There we go. Is this on over here? Nope. We gotta go back over there. Oops. Oh, it works again. Works again. Let's look up. See, it just did the little. just did a little rainy, icky. You know what that does in Mississippi? That just means humidity. It's probably hotter than a you know what outside right now. It's one of those where I frequently say, when you go outside, it's like somebody took a blanket out of out of a dryer, like a wool blanket, soaking wet out of the wash machine, hot as can be, put it in boiling water, and like when you step outside, it like somebody throws that blanket on top of you, and you're stuck in it as long as you're outside. That's Mississippi humidity. That's probably what it feels like right now. So I'm going to go poke my head out the door. We're going to finish up with this Saturday Morning Live. Once again, I appreciate it. Saturday Morning Live is now able to drink 21. We are fully into season 2. Thanks again for tuning in, everybody. You want to see that again, don't you? Hey, Google, activate Lock Force.
Got it. Turning lock force on.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Google, deactivate Lock Force. And thanks for tuning in, y'all. Y'all have a great weekend. Hope you have a good Memorial Day if you were able to be off, and if you can enjoy time with your friends or family now that we're able to spend more time with people instead of computers. Hope y'all have a great one. Hope everybody does well. And yeah, I always forget to add the end screen, so I figured to add this. So thanks again for tuning in, everybody. Happy weekend. Happy Memorial Day. Shout out to anybody who has been in the military. We appreciate your efforts. And to all those who have been in the military and as they say, you know, done what people in the military do and protect our freedom. So thanks to y'all. Thanks to you for joining in with Lock Force and Saturday Morning Live. Hope you have a great weekend. We'll catch you next video. Hey, where's my button to turn off? There it is. Bye, everyone.